Today's financial advice is sponsored by Endeavor Private Wealth. And we're back with Chris McGee, partner at Endeavor Private Wealth. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
Over the past few weeks, we've covered a lot of issues related to retirement. Last week, your partner Brady was here and talked about healthcare costs during retirement, which is very important. But today, I kind of want to throw a wrinkle into our discussion and ask you for your thoughts on preparing for retirement when you're trying to raise the kids and maybe even taking care of some elderly family members.
Aaron, I think you're talking about the sandwich generation, which affects a lot of people. In fact, the average age of a caregiver in America is 49 years of age. And usually they're at their peak earnings and career position at that time in life. And yet they're doing this giant balancing act of trying to manage two different households, and yet that can have an impact on their physical and emotional and financial well-being down the road.
Oh, absolutely. I can imagine how that could be the case. How does this happen?
Well, who doesn't want to help out their mom or their dad? So it happens very innocently. A trip to a doctor's appointment, and then you're going to their routine visits of the doctor, and then add in a specialist. Then you start stopping by their house to check in on them and maybe doing their chores and then their finances and shopping for them. And before you know it, you have a very full plate. And all the while, you're still taking care of your own family and your own career.
Yeah, it kind of snowballs, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, you mentioned the physical, emotional, and financial consequences of the sandwich generation and what they might face. So tell us a little bit more about those consequences.
Well, I saw it in my mom growing up when she was trying to take care of her parents. And oftentimes caregivers think that they're Superman or Superwoman.
Oh, yeah.
With incredible strength and power and stamina. But it takes a lot of energy and effort to take care of a parent or a neighbor or a good friend. And sometimes they just don't have the ability to do everything that they try to do, and that can leave them with a lot of guilt and feeling like they're just coming up short in every way.
And what about financially?
Well, financially, there can be additional costs on the caregiver for making these arrangements, or they may be working less hours, or their job performance may suffer a little bit, or they could even have to leave the workforce if it is needed to take care of their parents.
Okay, so what should folks who are part of that sandwich generation, what should they do?
So we recommend three things for a caregiver. First, they need to make sure that their financial situation is in order. They need to still continue contributing to the emergency fund. They need to help with their kids' education, and this is not the time for them to stop saving for their own retirement, because they're going to be coming right up against some of these items in a few years as well. Second, they need to have a conversation with their parents and discuss their financial plans, what their income sources are, and their investments. And they need to also talk about their health care, their directives, and their power of attorney while there's still opportunity for planning to be done. Sometimes this can be a hard topic for families to have because money and health isn't always something that people want to talk about.
Those are difficult conversations.
They are. But silence is anything but golden, and oftentimes parents really appreciate the conversation in the end once they can have that. And then the third is that it is a family issue, and that all siblings need to get involved in the care of their parents, if it's appropriate or if this situation warrants, maybe even helping out a little bit financially with their care.
All right, Chris, those are all good suggestions for a situation that I think more and more of us are going to find ourselves getting into. So definitely some advice that we want to pay attention to. So thank you. We always appreciate your insight. And to learn more about Endeavor Private Wealth, call the number that you see there on your screen, or you can visit EndeavorPW.com.